Tonight's tactical enhancement is pink, like the horror. Tonight we're playing Warhammer 8th edition and I am a bastard. It's 2,500 points of Wood Elves against Sean's rather large and voluptuous looking dwarf army. Talk us through what you've got.
I've got 2 units of Rangers as the front guys.
Rangers, okay.
Alright, they've just got straight Ranger, no standard musician or anything. Then I've got 3 units of Warriors with a standard musician.
Today, excellent.
I have a Ironbreaker unit.
Oh, there they are.
Longbeards with great weapons. Hammerers.
Oh, those
with great
Longbeards,
weapons.
are they?
Yes, so they re-roll panic checks
They do.
within 6 inches.
Spiffy in a fight. They got hand weapons or great weapons?
Great weapons. And a shield.
That's the way I like to do them.
That's how they had shields, I gave them shields. I just sort of like what you see, what you get.
Yep, that's what I do.
And then we have he's Chris's favourite, the Flight of the Eagles. Gyrocopters and 2 organ guns, which I haven't taken before, but I've had there sitting there for a while.
Have you not used them before?
No, I haven't used them on you before.
Oh,
I thought they were a bit cheesy, but seeing you're playing Wood Elves.
Well, if you saw my army, I don't blame you for taking them, frankly.
Actually, before I even knew what your army was, I mean, they were in the list as well. I was just determined to take him this time. And my general is a special character. He's the engineer, and that's my only character, which is rather unusual, I should say.
Army's led by an engineer.
Yes, well, they're off on hill.
I don't know if that's strictly illegal, but who cares? It's cool.
I think it is, to be honest. Grim Burlockson. And
Well, he's a special character, so why not?
I can't see why not.
I'm not going to argue.
Anyway.
If you're not I'm not up against one of those 300-point tanks that never die, so it's all right.
Yeah, I think he can play quite easily. All right, let's see what you got.
All right, so over here we have, let's see, we'll start with the regular troops. We have 2 units of 10, no command. They have the, this is a variation on the list I took last time, which went horribly wrong. So they've got the arrows that don't have any modifiers to hit for movement, cover, anything like that, or range for that matter. So they'll always hit on a 3+. We have 24 of the Eternal Guard, 5 Glade Riders that also have the fancy arrows. Then we've got, I broke them up into 4 units of 5 of the Scout version, so the skirmishers. They've also got the very accurate arrows. For characters, I've got a Lord, an Ogre Blade, and a 4+ Ward. Level 3 Mage, Standard Bearer. I don't know, actually was a mage originally, but maybe he's one of the ones that lost all his power due to a miscast. 6 of the I don't know, SAS snipers, whatever the hell they're called, I've forgotten what they're called.
Weight Watchers.
Weight Watchers, yes. 3 War Eagles, no command, because I was running out of points. That's why the mage is level 3 instead of 4. I brought out the War Dancers, haven't used them in a bit. They've got a musician, no chap. A couple of Great Eagles and a Treeman. And that's it. The general idea is to run around like a bastard shooting and trying to get caught. Now, the table looks the way it does because I took Acorn of the Ages. There were 3 forests on this table all up and a whole lot of open ground in the middle. I took my free wood, being a wood elf, and rolled a d3 and scored a 3 for the extra woods. So I've got so many woods I don't even know where to fucking put them all.
Well, I don't, and as a dwarf, I actually don't mind because we can chop them down and use them to burn them. Yeah.
Well, all right. I guess we know what's going to happen if he actually wins. I suppose they brought their great axes, didn't they?
Oh shit.
Okay. On that note, we will deploy and check in then. Right, we're deployed. None of us really seem to know what we're doing. Skirmishers sitting behind the woods mostly. A few of them in the woods where they're not likely to get hit by an organ gun except at extreme range. The most interesting thing is that Sean decided to put his rangers all the bloody way over here in the middle of my line to stop me from being quite as cunning as I might be in the woods. I've got flyers over here so that he can't ignore this flank. Sean did put his rangers over here to deny me deployment in that corner. Organ gun and choppers over here. Nice big meaty dwarf line. Organ gun chopper over here with the engineer. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got most of my combat power on the left flank ready to try and do something clever in the trees, which is actually something I've not really done in a couple of years. I've been doing other things in this game for the last couple of years. So I must remember how to fight like a prick in the trees. And these guys will come in from reserve from turn 2, we hope. And with that, I think we're on to turn 1. Sean gets the roll off. Actually, it was worth noting with the scouts deployment, Sean won the roll off. That's why he put something in those trees before I managed to put something there and start being a bastard.
I get +1.
Yes, you do.
I win.
Oh, wow, you won the roll off again. I hope that's not a sign of what's to come.
That's the first time I've won a roll off, so I'm quite happy with
Right, yeah, okay.
So,
Well, on that note, we'll check in at the end of Dwarf turn 1. Dwarf turn 1, they tried to Alpha Strike. Was it these guys that tried to charge or these guys?
they try to charge.
They tried to charge.
They tried to
They
charge.
failed. The shot did nothing. They tried to charge. It was marginal because they rolled up 12 inches, but we've got to be at least 12 inches away, so we weren't quite sure how to play that, but at the end of the day, we decided they didn't make it.
Yeah.
We killed one with the defensive shooting. He's moving up the organ guns, which is interesting, and the choppers, although they're not shooting at the moment.
Well, actually, no, we are shooting.
Oh, we're shooting. You've got a shot.
Both 10.
Right,
And,
you can get 2 of them. Strength 3, toughness 3, and a 4+, you waste them.
Yes. There you go, 2 dead.
2 dead. Well, that's a bit unfortunate.
That's a panic check, I believe,
It
old
is a
chap.
panic check. They don't like that very much.
8.
They're okay. And over here he's just charged 2 of them forward to, I don't know, make my life difficult, I suppose. Oh, they've moved up. The organ guns moved up, and as you can see, the entire mine's moved up. That's it. We'll go into Wood Elves turn 1, check in after that.
That's just...
Right, end of Wood Elf turn 1. We decided to say fuck it and brave the crossbow and head up here to try and do something. We'll see how that goes. Over here is a bit of a shit show. I'm going to be out gun, so we moved these guys up, took a wind off a gyrocopter. Thought about charging it, but I'll probably lose. It might have been a smarter idea, but anyway, I moved them up and used these guys to shoot at those unit of 9 of the original 10 rangers.
Yes.
And then we moved up all of this lot to shoot at them, and we cleaned up 7 all up this turn, but they passed the panic.
Yes.
As they would.
As it would.
We moved these guys up to annoy that war machine, didn't do anything. Move these guys up a bit. We cast Throne of Vines, so that's in play. And we then cast the regen. It's actually a 4+ regen because Throne of Vines is in play first. So this unit's protected in case gyrocopter comes along and decides to blast the shit out of them. And that's it. Over to Dwarfs turn 2. Right, end of Dwarf turn 2, and neither of us really knew what we were doing at the start of this game, but Sean's doing what he does with choppers. I knew I was in for it. If we went up here, blasted 7 out of 10, got them, that was annoying. This one, blasted 2 out of the 5 there, so they've run away. They've got a chance to, well, they both got a chance to rally, but yeah, it's not looking pretty. Over here, the organ gun didn't do that well, just knocked 2 wounds off the birdie, but okay, I can live with that. And the crossbow knocked 2 wounds off of this unit of flying calf. Okay, now, these guys tried to charge here. We stood and shot.
Kill 2.
Killed 2, and they barely moved. Then the rangers charged, so we shot at them, and they got them.
They don't. Got it.
Gyrocopter over here cleaned up 2 of these guys.
No, he did nothing.
No,
The,
gyrocopter,
the organ gun opened up and did 3.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, I did 10 hits. I had to roll
Okay.
4s or something, or 5s.
Whatever it was, the organ gun of this whirlybird had to go
There's
to
a
these
lot
guys
of
and
red
did a bunch.
mist. There's a lot of red mist in the forest right now.
Yeah, these guys actually stuck around, unlike their compatriots. So we now have a situation where this line is closing in on the woods. I got no way of stopping it.
You were thinking of stopping it, were you?
Well, I thought I'd try and jam them up, and it wasn't. I was starting to think that my strategy and tactics are a bit lacking. Yeah, I'll see what I can do to get through over there, but I've somehow got to muster a defense in the woods here, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. I guess we'll find out a bit more at the end of Wood Elf turn 2. And of Wood Elf turn 2, and the grand scheme of trying to figure out what we're doing. We charge them into the Rangers. They did another couple of wounds, bumped off one of the Warhawk Riders. In the melee, they actually bumped off the Eagle. We kind of expected that to happen. And I only killed one, but then they fled. So we're chasing them, but they'll probably rally next turn. Horses came in, shot the organ gun, and did a bit of damage. This gyrocopter fled from a charge from these scouts.
Just got away.
Yeah, well, he legged it like a helicopter, I suppose.
Well, he ran pretty good.
We dumped a bunch of shooting into the
Hammers?
hammers, yep. Now, we did do some magic. We got the 4+ ward on these chaps again.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of castling up in the trees here at the moment.
That's the dwarf job. What's this
you
castling?
You castle up in a hill, we castle up in the woods.
The dwarfs are attacking, gentlemen. Learn, all you dwarf players, that this is an attacking army. Watch and learn.
Dwarves are an infantry attack army, absolutely. March forward 100 guys is great. Well, 150 in this case. I used to do it all the time in tournaments.
Yeah.
It always surprised the other guy. Now we've still got the throne. We got 4+ ward on these chaps.
Until I dispel it.
Yeah, until you spell it. Then we did dwellers, and we had to do the extended range. I just rolled 21 to drop dwellers on these guys, and Sean just stopped it on 21. So that was entertaining. We charged the gyrocopter here. We did nothing each way, so we actually won because we got the charge in. But Sean passed morale, and we've moved the birdie up around here. He didn't have a charge in anything. So if that chopper stays there, I'll charge it next turn. If it doesn't,
Oh yeah.
that could well, you know, that could go horribly wrong. It probably will go horribly wrong.
Yeah, and then the birdie's going to get poop.
Not really, because your chopper will be in the way.
If I have to hit him here.
You got to hit him centrally. You got to square it up. Or maybe. We'll see how we go. Fuck it. It could all go horribly wrong. I don't care. Let's drink some more alcohol and play the game. End of dwarf turn 3. We'll shoot from this side for change of scenery. What the fuck happened?
Not so great.
They rallied.
Vulcan blood was spilled.
That turned around, annihilated my 5 light cavalry twice over, and turned back around for the next target. That rallied. This guy floated up, shot at a unit of 3 that just rallied up there, killed one, causing them to run again. Sean charged his iron breakers of these chaps.
Failed by 1.
Failed by 1. We killed one in the defensive shooting.
Charged another 1. Failed by 1.
Yep, so he charged into here. I actually fled with that unit of Glade Guard Scouts, whatever they are, and he just didn't quite get to these guys.
Charged
so
and failed by 1.
Oh yeah, so these guys tried to charge them and failed by 1. So I've been getting away with rather a lot. I've been hedging my bets, and they're mostly working, but your choppers and your organ gun are nightmarish.
Good.
So I suppose I can't have it all my own way.
No.
Of course it does. If I want to kill these pricks, they've got to charge on the face here. I don't think it's going to work.
You don't have to. No, because if I'm under a 10, I have to use my throwing axes this time.
Oh, that's better, isn't it?
It only gives them the same strength. It's not really.
I've got to think about what to do with them, because this is a losing proposition.
Fly over and get shot by the organ gun.
Yeah, exactly. None of my choices are good over here. I'm going to think about what to do with that. In the meantime, well, fuck it. It's my turn. Some weird shit is happening in this game.
It's a dwarf army.
All I can say is my elves move faster when they're running away from combat than they move when they're chasing the person they just defeated.
Oh, look, sir. There's some more elves to shoot.
So we charged the gyrocopter with 3 guys. Nobody did any damage to each other, and he failed his morale and chuffed off. and we failed to catch him. These guys decided there's nothing they could do on this part of the table, so they fucked off and hide behind the hill.
Good.
We might try and do something useful later. Maybe. These guys are going to get killed by the organ gun next turn.
Well, the organ's going to explode. One of the two.
These guys pulled back up here, so they weren't an easy charge. Shot at the gyro, did nothing. That was a mistake. I really should have poured more shots onto the hammerers. Now, they rallied. They rallied. These guys moved to clear a space for the melee that's going to happen imminently, whether I like it or not. They then shot at the hammerers. These shot at the hammerers. I did think about moving the treeman up, but yeah, maybe not yet. I moved the skirmishers into the woods because they'll need to be there in a minute. That means Sean May will get a shot at them if he doesn't charge them. But they'll be -2 to hit. Probably 15 inches actually. I did have to move them up in order to cover the flank so that this unit here doesn't jump these guys on the flank. Birdie charged into the gyrocopter and everyone swung and slapped each other in the face and did no serious damage.
Cannot believe just how badly we're rolling. 6 dice, and I have not even hit you. I think I hit you not even once.
It's crazy how bad we're doing things, although you have killed a few of my chaps. Magic, we did get the 4+ ward back on this. However, I failed to cast Dwellers even on the lower level. I threw 5 dice at it and just rolled crap. So this is a low rolling turn. So it's turn 4, believe it or not, and over to the dwarves.
You have to rally a heap of shit.
Right, so it's the end of dwarf turn 4. What happened? Well, unsurprisingly, that rallied and that blasted the 3 guys that were chasing it.
Yeah, it's more red-based.
This guy, this unit here of Ironbreakers charged these Way Watchers, and they decided to fuck off.
That's the fleeing horde right now,
Yeah,
right?
well,
that's
some of
fleeing.
them are still here. 3 of them are still here. He did a bombing run on these guys, didn't misfire and hurt himself.
Hurt himself, yeah.
These guys are actually still here properly. Now these guys decided to try and charge my Glade Guard that were here, but I figured I was going to lose that fight very, very badly, so we fled. Nearly ran off the fucking table. I've been rolling really, really high to run away.
Yes, you have. And not pursue? Fuck, well, no, a couple of pursues you run okay, but I've still got away from you.
Yeah.
Because they were really long way away.
I mean, you've been rolling very well to flee. I've been rolling really well to flee, and unfortunately I've been doing a shit job of chasing anybody. So out of everything that's here, I think I've got 3 guys at the front there who are actually rallied from having fled previously. Same with these guys.
Hi there.
And the rest have to do rally tests. Over here, he managed to get those guys to charge in against the flank with my last 2 scouts, and the entire fight against that gyrocopter, we've not done a single wound on it. These guys charged in, and in fact the gyrocopter hasn't done a single wound to anything.
No.
These guys bumped off 2 elves, and then the birdie, nearly stuck around, but needed snake eyes, so we didn't get it. So that's that. It's all closing in. This turn, I'm going to try the breakout in a little while. I'll report in and see how it went. Right, it's been the most vexing turn. Our breakout hasn't quite worked, but that's okay, we're still in the fight. Okay, everything rallied, so that was good. We got all of our skirmishers all shooting all at once at this gyrocopter, hit it lots and lots of times, and completely failed to roll the 6 needed to kill the fucker. We did reposition a couple of guys, that was all fine. We moved these guys up so they can't be shot still, but they might be able to do something later. I moved this slot here so they can't be charged, so if they want to charge, they've got to cover a lot of distance all the way over here, or they might just decide to go this way. Now we charged the tree man second, but the one of these Eternal Guard first into a warrior unit, and I did so well with the warrior unit that the tree man didn't get to do any attacks.
But not well enough to kill 5 dwarfs.
But not enough. Not well enough to kill off the last 2. We did get dwellers off. I actually rolled boxcars for magic. So we got our 4+ ward up, of course, and then we did our boxcar, then we did our dwellers. Killed 8 of the bastards. So we did smash the shit out of them. But it turns out that there's a rune on that unit, on the standard, that so you can have a rune of unlimited value on the hammers.
No, 75 is the limit.
Wow, and that's what they've got, and it gives stubborn to everything within 12 inches, so that's devastating. Tis what it is. So we're in the fight. Now, I'm going to get charged in multiple different directions in a minute, but that's actually okay. I can live with that. Over here, we charged the war dancers. Killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the bastards. Lots of killing blows, although they did. Doing killing blow may not be the smartest thing to do, I'm thinking, when you charging dwarves on the shield wall.
And I did 10 hits on you too.
Yeah, then he rolled back, and I thought I was fucked. Every single dice he threw back at me hit.
Which is 4+.
Then only 2 of them wounded. I mean, I didn't save either of them, but we won the fight. They stuck around. So amazingly, after all the running away, we're still in the goddamn fight. I think I'm going to get plastered by a gun in a minute, but we'll keep going and we'll see what happens. Turn 5 for the dwarves. Right. Well, this is one of the messier fights I've had. The dwarf lines crashing in. The hammers crashed into the treemen specifically. These guys crashed into the flank of the Eternal Guard. Now they're hammerers. No, they're Longbeards. So the hammerers that went for the treemen. This fight continued. These guys just moved up. Now, oh god, that's a bit of a worry. This guy blasted his way along here and killed 3 out of that unit, and killed 1 out of the watchers. This guy took a shot at these blokes and didn't do anything.
Does that? Yeah, kill 3 out of 10. Is that 25%?
No,
is that
I
a
believe
panic
it
check?
is. Let's see.
9. Oh, they're running.
They are running. They're funny enough, they're running directly this way, which is weird. They run 7 inches, so they're still on the table, weirdly enough. They have spent most of the game fucking off.
Do they turn to face that way and then they're off the table? Because as soon as they...
if I don't rally, then I run toward my own table edge and I'll be gone. So we'll sort that out in a moment.
Alright.
What a crazy, crazy game. But in the fight, the treeman missed with all but 1 dice and only killed 1 guy in the melee.
But then he killed 6 in stomp.
Yeah, I lost 2 guys, 2 wounds from the hammers going at it. Then rolled a 6 on the thunderstomp and made up for it. But of course they're stubborn, so the bastards stuck around.
Yes.
Fortunately, we're also stubborn, so in the magic phase, Sean used power dice to dispel my 4+ ward save.
Yay.
That sucked because I could have.
See, dwarfs are good for something. Kidding only remains in play spells, but there's an argument you'll be fine.
That's right. So, well, it's come down to the wire. This is turn 5 too, so we'll go into turn 5 of the Wood Elves. Right, so turn 5 of Wood Elves is done. These guys stayed where they are. We basically moved a whole bunch of people around to shoot at this thing. We charged this thing with everything we had, which was probably a bad idea. We should have shot at it. Because we're now going to be counter-charged by them. And we just, for the life of me, I must have thrown 20 fucking to wound dice at this damn thing, and it won't, I can't get a 6. They rallied, thank Christ.
I'm just going to die now.
Truman polished off the last of the, what are they, hammerers.
Yes.
So we got rid of that rune.
But it didn't help. They're still
we had a fight here, we won, but they rolled really low in leadership, so they're still here. Over here, I think we did equal kills, but the
I have a standard and a
standard and the rank paid off, but then we're skirmishes in a forest, so we're steadfast. I think fuck the generals there because they rolled really badly. We had to look it up, but they stuck around. So I keep hocking the dice and I keep not killing these things. So he's going to fly around, well he won't, but this and this will fly around and blast some more units. And probably charge something. On that note, we're on to turn 6. That's an unfortunate fire lane. We're on to turn 6 for the dwarfs. This one's gone for ages.
I'll teach you your battle standing best.
Oh, it's getting up close and bloody and nasty. Alright, so these guys charged into the side of the melee against the chopper, the one I'd hoped to have finished turn earlier. These guys tried to, and once again failed really low. They've been charging extremely slowly all game and not catching anything.
1 inch.
We did manage to kill off this chopper finally. Fucking hell. Just, but then we lost the melee so badly with these guys charging in full block that the last 2 scouts took off, and the Way Watchers also took off. That was bad. This guy came along and blasted these guys, but they stuck around for some reason. Over here, once again, the dwarves won on the standard, but we stuck around based on being stubborn. And over here, well, they dispelled the Throne of Vines, but then they killed the mage and the melee. So I had the mage in that unit in order to give that unit the 4+ ward. So they've now lost that because the mage is dead. I can't put it back. So that was really annoying. There's a lot of points down the drain, but if we break these fuckers, that'll be alright. And that organ gun took some shots at the treeman and took a couple of wounds off. And this chopper dropped a bomb on him flying over the top.
Did nothing.
Did nothing.
Had all 6s.
So, carnage everywhere. This is a bloody game, and we're going into the
last turn.
Bottom half of turn 6 for the Woodies.
Yes.
Right, end of Wood Elf turn 6, and it's all over. What the fuck happened? Well, we didn't have a mage, that kind of hurt. We poured 9 shots into that last chopper and got 2 wounds off the fucking thing. It was a weird statistical rebound effect, so I got 2 of those choppers in the end. Tree man couldn't do anything. They stayed hidden. Well, they couldn't really do anything. They could fly out and shoot, nothing in particular. In this melee here, my dice rolls fell apart at this point. The general did his job, but nobody else did. And in return, the dwarves killed 4. They killed 4.
Yeah, I killed 4. You killed 2. I kept.
No, oh, that's right. Because you got a whole lot of parries. Yeah, the dwarfs' parries went bonkers.
Oh, again, every round.
And it was a tie right down to the musicians. So that was unfortunate. I was really hoping to crack that unit. And over here, the Wood Elves actually won by 1, but of course the dwarves don't run away on a 1, so they stuck around.
They can.
It's weird things that happen, but we weren't really expecting that. I was hoping to have a good flurry of dice, but again, they were a bit mediocre.
I couldn't get my charges in, but you couldn't break me.
No, I hit hard when I hit, but it wasn't enough. So let's pause for a moment and work out what the points say.
Oh, that was.
Right. It was close, as it turned out. Casualties for the Wood Elves are 1,070 points, mostly because the stuff that died is all little things, and I got a lot of units that are damaged but actually aren't destroyed.
Kill the Way Watchers. That's a big
the Way Watchers will probably the mage and the stand-up are a third of the points that went. Actually, they're about 40% of the points that went. And they killed 921 points of the dwarfs. So that gives the dwarfs the advantage. Well, it's close. It's not much. Over a 2,500 point game. It's
just say it. We won.
Yeah, I'm going to go look for a legal loophole and talk to the referee later and claim it's not fair. And I'm going to say that this whole tournament is rigged.
Well, hang on. I should probably. I mean, look. Well, I may have killed the Way Watchers next turn. You would have probably. I can't see you not killing these fuckers.
No, they should have gone already.
Already, I agree.
But so, but it's a 6-turn game though. Then we got done what we got done.
Yeah. That's it. We have to do what we do.
And what can I say? That some of the highlights were this organ gun did virtually nothing, and this organ gun just rolled up a freaking storm, turn after turn after turn. It was a nightmare. That guy.
That was beautiful.
Massacring stuff all over the place. The Ironbreakers not getting into combat at all was hilarious.
Oh, they were. Yeah.
I was quite satisfied with what the tree man managed to pull off, especially given you charged him. I probably wouldn't have charged those hammers by himself if given the chance.
It was strength 7 actually on the charge. I forgot, but it doesn't matter.
Well, the problem was you didn't roll a lot of hits.
I did. You had a ward save. I think you made the ward save. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I've got to remember these things, and it's like I just remembered it, this thing literally.
He might have taken an extra wound.
No, it's fine. It doesn't. I don't would have
Yeah,
done
I mean,
that.
we did fuck up a couple of things during the course of the game, but more importantly, what did we learn?
Oh, well, the organ gun was fun for me.
Fuck for you.
Fuck.
God, that was the difference between a tie and a loss. That thing, the dice rolls that thing was pumping out.
I think, but you need the gyrocopters to give the dwarves a bit of reach, and you need the organ guns to just. I think
Yeah, you do need artillery in this game.
Yeah.
I only have one organ gun. I tend to feel it fairly regularly.
Yeah.
I think you showed what dwarves can do just in regular rank and file without much in the way of characters.
Yeah, I think that was good. There's no characters fighting. If I put my general, but the other plan was to have, there was less iron breakers, which actually probably would have been better. But the general, I would have had great weapon, rune of swiftness. So I would have had 4 rollable 3s to hit your with strength 6 on your treatment. Yeah, I might have won that combat.
Yeah, a fighty general would have definitely fucked shit up.
That's about it.
I'm finding the MSU shooters, they're nifty, but they're not a game winner the way they used to be in 6th and 7th edition. Well, they're not for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong to make it work.
In particular, it's matchups. You'll find I find it's.
Yeah, I was trying to go after toughness 5 objects for strength 3 guys. That was a problem.
It's yeah. That's always going to hurt. No, I think you did well. It's a very close game.
Yeah, that rune that gives all your units stubborn, that served your ass.
I know.
That one pick prevented me smashing right through your line.
Yep, and that's the whole reason why I charged forward. Now, if I didn't have it, I would have sat back a bit, got that organ gun warmed up.
Yep.
Would have had a different layout. So the whole idea is I can charge up. I can not guarantee my troops will hang around, but with a stubborn 9 leadership, I can basically afford to lose that unit or whatever, and just hold you up and then pin you into place and then try and get you in the flank like I did.
Yep.
And it kind of worked.
Both of our plans sort of work, but not quite.
Well, I learned large targets are not +1 to hit anymore.
That's always a surprise. I always forget.
You can use general's leadership on
And steadfast. Yep.
steadfast, which I didn't. Well, yeah. I thought you had to. Well, that's good. I can use that.
I'll just point out, this here is the casualty pile. You've killed 40% of my army, but a huge number of individual miniatures. And
I probably killed more than is left, isn't it? Is that what's left?
yeah, so this is all that's left.
What's that?
Plus that, there's not a lot of my army left.
So the elves won, but they probably wouldn't win again because they wouldn't have anybody left to fight.
Well, I maintain that logistics don't work in the Warhammer world.
No, they don't.
Certainly breeding cycles don't work.
Oh, shit.
But I tell you what, this was a really interesting game. I'm probably not going to field this list again. I don't like it very much. I have a style, and this isn't my style, and I'm struggling to get it to work.
Well, I took something completely outside my sort of comfort zone, or kind of. I had no battle standard bearer, by the way.
Mm.
Did you notice that? So I had no reroll.
Yeah, that's weird. I never
Because I
listened to
couldn't
that
put
one.
the points in. Then I would have had to lose a little unit here or there.
But to be fair, you never got all of your units in combat. There was 2 units that really had very little combat.
Yeah, well, they chased up this flank over here. But the thing is, you can't tell that. You don't know what's going to happen in the
Well,
game.
that's true.
So it's like, yeah, you're right. You're right. It was the Ironbreakers that could drop, but then I wanted to take a really big dwarf army.
Yeah,
and have a bit of fun.
Huge rank and file.
I
mean, it looked fantastic. I have to say that huge line of 150 blokes marching across the table.
Yeah, it looked good for a dwarf army. It worked. The standard, you need something to be able to hold, because the grunts are usually pretty shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I made a lot of ward saves tonight. Parry saves, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Saved my ass. I made all my.
There was a Marcy dice on both sides, I have to say.
I made a lot of leadership tests.
I whined about my dice a couple of times, but there were plenty of times where it could have been worse. I mean, a lot of my guys that fled a long way and then rallied and survived while you didn't catch them. There's quite a few points in that.
You rolled reasonably well to wound on the 5s. You rolled crazy good on 6s to hit. you struggled a little bit on 5s, but then what really hurt you was I kept making fucking saves.
Yeah, your parries were what really
Saves
won the day.
paid my ass.
Yeah,
So,
few less parries. We had a couple of units break. That would have been all over.
oh, yeah, you would have won.
But you
Won
know
quite
what?
a lot.
Things that there's a whole bunch of things that could have gone just as badly for me with a slightly different dice roll, but I actually got away with.
Well, the
So-
treatment had another 4 attacks on him.
Yeah, there was a whole lot of things that could have gone differently, but look, I can't complain at the end of the day. It was a really interesting game, and going a full 6 turns was really something. Fighting in the trees really made a fucking mess out of things. That was hard work.
Was
trying
that
to
good
get
for you or bad? What do you think?
Look, it slowed down the amount of incoming fire. The thing that really, it didn't really make much difference in the melee except over here, and it kept them in the game.
And that forest was already there.
Actually, it was. But what this did do was really reduce the amount of organ gun shots that you put into me. If I'd been running around the open with those organ guns and just ripping my units to shreds, that would have been a slightly different game, actually.
Yes, well...
So I spent a lot of time on the far side of the forest with organ guns.
You did. It was a good decision, because had you war dances. Imagine the war dances, a single round of shooting at the war dances with
two volleys of them, and that unit's gone, and that's 50% of my... No, it's a third of my melee power in combat.
Yeah. I was almost tempted to flee with my unit of warriors. Because that would have left a note. Well, I only had one organ gun down here to shoot
combat here, because the trees were spaced out, neither of our units were really more than 50% in a forest, so it didn't make a lot of difference.
I was stubborn. I didn't care.
Yeah, well, until I killed the hammers, which was a very satisfying experience.
Yeah, it was very sad. See, you broke one unit, had you? Yeah, and you were shooting at them earlier, which was very annoying.
Yeah,
because I knew I needed them to just hang around. I was trying to give them cover and hide behind.
I think I thinned them out just enough.
Yeah, had you not if there was 5 more left,
would have been a different fight.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I still had 8 shots with the first round of combat.
I mean, you put 16 shots from the organ gun on both bastard in the trees.
I needed 5s to hit you and 5s to wound you. Did 2 wounds and you saved 1 on a wall.
Well, you needed 6s to hit him actually, but
No.
we rolled the 5s as well.
Oh, that's right. I rolled 5
they
6s.
I mean, just to see what would happen, and they all missed. The 5s didn't wound. But
that's right.
Anyway, look, that was a classic moment that could have gone either way.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed that. Let's see what who comes and watches it.
Yeah, well, and on that note, feel free to hit like, subscribe, tell your friends. It's a school night and it's past pumpkin o'clock, so time to call it a night.
Thank you very much.